It is a beautiful evening, as Joel just indicated. 80 degrees. The rains have passed. Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler, Joe Goldberg, Jeff Montgomery ready for game 3 of this 4-game series. Royals won game 1 3-1 on Monday, lost last night 6-5. Granderson, Grichuk, Smoke go 1-2-3. Melee and Urena are the 2 new guys. They're hitting 8th and 9th, and they'll be facing Jorge Lopez, who is making his Royals debut.
Yep, what a great opportunity. You see the numbers on him. The opponent average not very high, 2.25, 2.75 ERA. This is in this season, obviously, with the Brewers. He's been up and down quite a few times. Matter of fact, 7th trip back up to the big leagues. Now, seize this opportunity. That's his key. This is an all-win situation for this young man. Go out there and eat up some innings. Do the best you can to impress, but don't overdo it. Just be yourself. Forward around the horn, Royals defense. We know their defense has been spectacular, record-setting, as a matter of fact. Brett Phillips back out in center field for the 11th time, playing behind his former teammate. And then Rosell Herrera on the infield is making just his second start at second base. But watching him take infield today, this young man has some skills over there at second base. Smooth for being 6'4".
A franchise record 14 straight errorless games. Home plate umpire Chris Siegel. Bruce Dreckman is at first base. Mike Estabrook at second. And the crew chief Marvin Hudson tonight at third base. Well, it is really interesting watching this young man, Jorge Lopez, just 25, out of Puerto Rico. He was the Brewers' second-round pick in 2011 out of an academy in Puerto Rico. And at one time rated the number 59 prospect in baseball following the 2015 season. Brilliant at AA, 12-5 record that year, a 2.25 ERA, but had a rough time at Colorado Springs the following season. And now he'll face Curtis Granderson. So a young guy against a veteran, 37-year-old Curtis Granderson, and Lopez delivers strike 1. That curveball is in the mid to high 70s. And it is a plus pitch. Opponent's batting 125 off of his curve this year. Comes right back with it.
You know, conventional windup like that, like nice little. I like the arms, the legs. That's a lot of deception when you see a guy go from the windup. Very athletic. He was a volleyball player and also participated on the track team in Puerto Rico when he grew up.
And then in 10 games with Milwaukee, all in the bullpen this year. 6 runs allowed in 19 2/3 innings. His last outing was July 25th, and it was terrific. 3 perfect innings against the Washington Nationals on only 21 pitches. Granderson fighting him off. He's had to throw 6 to Curtis Granderson. Curtis very patient, 40 walks this year. Came inside, man, almost hit him, and boy, Curtis
that looked like
got jammed.
It looked like it hit off the knob of his bat. Ooh, that's a little close for comfort there.
Mm. 3-2.
Granderson, veteran guy, knows his name's been mentioned in some trade rumors here, even in this month of August. Putting together a nice at-bat here to start the night for the Jays. Challenge him, put it on him.
He did challenge him, and it is driven to right, but there is Bonifacio for the catch.
There you go.
And Hud, the Royals do not want to walk the Blue Jays, nor anybody. I mean, they walked 4 last night. 4 came around to score.
Most of the time, that'll hurt you.
Back-to-back walks to open the second inning. Both scored. A walk in the third, he scored. A walk in inning number 8 before the home run by Pilar. Now Grichuk. And he goes after the first pitch and pops it up. Bonifacio. 2 outs.
Yeah, that'll work. After 9 pitches to the first guy, next guy, Grichuk helped him out. Sometimes, you know, when you swing at the first pitch, your first at bat of the night, that'll once in a while will stifle you a little bit for your next at bat. You want to take a few pitches, and it could be the first 2 right down the middle, the best you'll see, and you get in the hole. So some guys, you know, like to swing first, some guys don't.
Now a power guy in Justin Smoke, who is 2 for 6 in this series with 3 walks. One and one. Jorge's last start was for the Storm Chasers at Omaha August 7th versus Salt Lake City, and he pitched very well. They won the ball game 5-0. Shut them out for 5 2/3 innings, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts.
That'll get you promoted, especially on a team like the Royals that have a couple openings just at the right time.
You saw those numbers, only 1 walk, 11 strikeouts in his 2 starts for the Storm Chasers, and the Royals putting Birch Smith back in the bullpen, allowing Lopez to get tonight's start.
Yeah, but he's a little bit pumped up right now, there's no question. Use this big spacious outfield.
Why not? And his teammate in Milwaukee makes the catch, Brett Phillips. So a good start for Jorge Lopez. Merrifield, Gordon, and Perez will do up for KC. He will be followed by Alex Gordon and Salvador Perez. Lucas Duda, who had last night off, back in there, and he is cleaning things up. Estrada will make the start, and it will be number 21 for Marco, a 6-foot right-hander out of Sonora, Mexico, but raised in Southern California. Talked about his changeup, and pregame he throws it more than any other pitcher in baseball.
So if you're facing Marco Estrada, you're going to look for that changeup. Look for it up. You can even sit on it at times, but that's the highest in Major League Baseball. And 40 of his 80 strikeouts this season have been on the changeup. Not overpowering. His fastball might top out at 90, but he's works well in 87, 88, 89 range.
In there, 1 and 2.
Gotta wait on him.
Witt eyeballed that one all the way into the catcher's glove, almost leaning over the plate.
Ooh, Estrada wanted that. That's a good spot. You see how deceptive that pitch is. Every pitch he throws is from the same arm slot, right over the top. Very deceptive, this changeup.
Off the plate, ball 4. Remember, the Royals stole 4 bases last night.
Defensively, the Blue Jays in right field, it's Randall Grichuk, former #1 pick by the Angels back in '09. In his 5th season, he's played 116 in left. He's played a lot of center and a lot of right. Solid defender, no doubt about it. Maley behind the plate, doing a good job throwing out 33% of runners. No Jansen tonight. The rookie started the previous 2 games.
Got his first major league hit, and then yesterday his first major league home run. But John Gibbons wanted to go with Maley. For the 3rd straight game, his starting catcher from years past, Russell Martin, gets that call at 3rd base. There is Jansen.
How can you bench him? Fizz, 429 he's hitting. Shake yourself, Gibby.
2 games.
Change up City, got to wait on it. Look at Alex. He says, I was waiting on it. Still pulled off it down the line.
But he doesn't get a lot of ground ball outs, mainly a fly ball pitcher. So I would imagine in this ballpark, Kauffman Stadium favors Estrada.
Good place for him to pitch, but it's the changeup that gets the pop-ups. You get guys out in front, and then they try to just feel for it, and they pop it up. Whitley's going to go. Looking for a spot.
That would have been a good pitch to go on.
Better believe it. Change up down.
StatCast AI, powered by AWS.
But I'll tell you, what's gotten him better was going that way, but they are definitely shifting him over there. We're going to put 2 right over there in that 36 percentile.
Yeah, there's about 70 feet from the 3rd baseman Martin to the foul line in left. And he got him to chase a fastball up, 1st out.
Four-seamer, he's going to throw that pitch a lot right there because it sets up the changeup. You're going to have to discipline yourself, not off of the change, off of that high fastball. That'll help you. Try to leave it alone.
Toronto's been pounding Salvador Perez inside in this series. You can see his hands almost on home plate in that strike zone. Merrifield with 26 stolen bases. And that ball is busted deep, high, and gone.
Pilot to Bombardier, open up those doors. That ball was tattered and battered. Oh man, that 4-seam fastball didn't get above the belt. That's right there where he wanted it, just under it. Great extension. That ball leapt at a really hard velocity. Great swing for Salvi's 20th. Congratulations.
He becomes the 5th Royal to hit 20 home runs in 4 consecutive seasons, joining John Mayberry, who did it in 72 through 75, Steve Balboni, Bo Jackson did it, Mike Sweeney did it, and now Salvador Perez. So good start for the Royals. RBIs 57 and 58.
Salvador Perez, during the Royals batting practice today, was so quietly sitting behind the screen, talking with fans, sitting there, just really having conversation. Didn't take any batting practice. Sometimes it's okay. Just don't swing the bat at all. They got a batting cage underneath their dugout there, right behind it, and then take a few swings and loosen up, and go out and hit your 20th homer.
Matter of fact, when we had John Jay as Marco Estrada throws strike 3 to Lucas Duda. John Jay would not take batting practice on the field. He did it in the cages underneath all the time.
That's right. Nothing wrong with it. Jay would do it because he didn't want to see how far it was, or he didn't want to try to hit it that far. He just wanted to stay on the ball and make sure his swing was right.
Rosell Herrera up now, batting .249 this year with 41 hits in his last 42 games.
This is the kind of pitcher where you don't even really want to take a stride with your front foot. Just keep your, get you a wide base. Just trust your hands.
Whoa, that happens quite often with the changeup where you're reaching for it.
He trusted his hands there. Just let go. So put a little bit of motor stick him on there. There it was. Great spot. That's where he wants to put it on the left-handed batter. Down and away.
Is the key arm speed? Because James Shields had a really good changeup, and he said he would throw his changeup harder than his fastball.
Yeah. And the arm speed's what sells it. Makes it deceptive.
Just off the plate with the change.
Best changeup I ever saw was out of left-handed pitcher John Tudor's hand.
I have heard that many times. You told me that he could yell at you, change up, and you would still swing and miss.
Couldn't hit it.
Hit sharply, but the first baseman Smoke will take care of Rosell Herrera. But the Royals catcher Salvador Perez gets Estrada. He blasts home run number 20 this year, and the Royals have the early lead.
Ball wasn't walking. Home run, second inning. As you enjoy a Miller Lite, look forward to the whole true moment later in tonight's game, along with a beautiful sunset.
Second inning for Jorge Lopez, making his Royals debut. First batter is Teoscar Hernandez, and he goes after the first pitch fastball, knocks it foul. And Lopez with a good fastball, mid-90s. That last one was at 94 miles an hour.
He was on it. It looks like that fastball's got some good late life to it too.
And then he'll throw that slider, and the slider only will throw 7% of the time, mainly a curve at 30%. See Salvi shake his head. Yeah, I liked it right there on an 0-2 count.
Right, that's a setup pitch. You'll throw that pitch there to set up the next one. Do it again.
So back-to-back high heaters. Hernandez, good power, 91 hits this year, and 50 of them are extra bases. So the off speed coming. It's gone from 0-2 to 3-2. To right field. It's over the head of Bonifacio. Leadoff double for Teoscar Hernandez. Let's go to Joel.
Well, Fizz, really there aren't many guys on this team that know much about Jorge Lopez because they've never played with him, with the exception, of course, of Brett Phillips, who came over in the trade. Now, we know that Phillips is always fired up, always upbeat every single day, but he was so excited to find out that he would once again be playing behind his former teammate in AAA in the big leagues. Here's the report from Phillips. He said, great guy, unbelievable stuff, has the curveball, has the live fastball. He called him a stud, and he said, I'm just so excited to be teammates with him again. And then he said, no pressure at all, but looking forward to him getting out there and getting it done. And one other point, everyone that I've talked to in Milwaukee since the day of the trade to again exchanging messages today gets back to the same thing. One of the truly good guys in the game that has worked hard to study English and learn it. His teammates and the fans are really going to enjoy Jorge Lopez.
You're right, Joel, and he is a young man who has been through so much. I mean, his family, he and his wife Carla had a son 5 years ago, Michael, who spent nearly all of his first 2.5 years in a hospital with an autoimmune disorder. Michael is now 5 years old. He was a preemie, and but for 2.5 years, and then when his son is finally doing better, there's a single to center field. Hernandez will be sent home, and Phillips will bring the throw to the infield. It's a 2-1 ball game. So Pilar, who hurt the Royals last night with that 8th inning 2-run home run, knocks in his 45th run of the year.
Yep, first ball fastball right down the middle. A lot of hitters are looking for that, and Pilar seems to just really wear out the Royals. Man, didn't waste any time. Now Salvi, he's saying give me that ball, but there's no chance. I don't think that Phillips, had he gotten a clean grip on it, would have been able to throw him out.
Aledmus Diaz, the batter.
Have to start mixing up some of those first pitches.
But we were talking about Carla and Jorge Lopez, married. They have a child who has a disability, autoimmune disorder, and he's getting better, and they're in Puerto Rico. And then Hurricane Maria hits their area, their village in Cayey, and they had to evacuate to Florida to make sure that Michael got the proper medical care. So he's been through a lot.
Yeah, you know, he has gives you a little bit better appreciation for the things that you do have. You know, I like, you know, reading up on him today a little bit. I like the quote I read where he said that all of this adversity he's gone through has really helped him focus on, you know, when he's with his family, he wants to be a better person, a better husband, a better father, a better teammate, a better baseball player. All those things that's what the Royals do. That's those kind of players they look for.
You know, that's the thing that Dayton Moore talks about, where he said that's what we want from our players, because if they do those things, be a good husband, a good father, a good teammate, baseball will take care of itself.
Usually does.
Bonifacio right there, 2 out.
We'll show you the young 25-year-old's pitching repertoire. A little breakdown there. Curveball, whenever you see that more than the fastball, tells me that hitters are in trouble. Look what they're hitting on at 125. That's the hardest one to hit. So if you're throwing that more than you're throwing your fastball, whew, could be a tough night. And the only balls that the Blue Jays have jumped on tonight have been the four-seamer.
Now catcher Luke Maley. Strike one. .236 on the series, or excuse me, on the year, but in the series back in Toronto, he had 4 hits and 6 times up against the Royals as the Jays won all 3.
Oh, remember, he wore us out. Good breaker.
Not a bad count for that curveball, particularly after Salve asked for the fastball up. Got him off balance on the curve, and the fly ball struck to Alex Gordon in left. That will do it. The Blue Jays get 1 on 2 hits. Royals still lead it 2-1. Of the K. Join us for KU Night on Friday, August 24th, before the Royals host the Indians at 7:15. Purchase your theme ticket to receive a Royals cap featuring the Jayhawk logo and stay after the game to enjoy summer fireworks. Visit royals.com/theme tickets to purchase. Look at that guy. Oh man, that is definitely man's best friend. Just scratch him behind the ears. Yours for life.
Perfect seat.
Jorge Bonifacio will lead things off for the Royals. 1 for 3 in this series with a double. Lays off the first pitch changeup. Bonifacio chose the right pitch to go after 87-mile-an-hour fastball, but got underneath. 1-1. So he's got changeup, fastball, now cutter.
what Estrada does when he's going good. A lot of pop-ups. Show you his pitch breakdown. That changeup's working. Guys are out in front and they pop it up. Very few cutters. All out of the same arm slot right over the top. Good deceiving pitches that change. 37%.
And coming into this game, 40 of his 80 strikeouts came on his changeup.
And you know, that's the highest percentage in the majors, using that changeup.
Phillips 6 hits last 5 games. Good off speed.
Last 5 good. I can see him run the bases again. The pop-up.
Two outs. Estrada's best season was the 2015 season when the Toronto Blue Jays made it to the postseason, were knocked off by the Royals in the American League Championship Series. He won 13 games that year and was fantastic down the stretch. He pitched quite well against Kansas City in the postseason. Won 1 game, lost 1. The Royals, very important to get home field advantage that year because they had the first 2 games in Kansas City and the last 2 games in Kansas City, and they wrapped it up home.
Yeah, and you know, talking with Ned Yost about his all-star experiences he had in 15 and 16, he said he was one of the things he was most proud of was that those American League All-Stars really performed and that they were able to gain home field advantage for the team in 15.
Alcides Escobar 1 for 7 in the series. His defense has been outstanding at third base. Really impressive since moving over from short to third.
Yeah, you know, Esky, he's getting up there in his years in his career, and at third base it's not as much range. You don't have to move as much to your left and right. And then of course when you have a 23-year-old phenom like Mondesi, you know what, it makes it look a little bit easier for the move.
Estrada with a good bounce back second inning. Lopez back out for the third. Gordo Nation game. Tickets are just $35 and include your seat in left field, a Gordo big head, and a premium Gordo Nation t-shirt. Don't miss a chance to cheer on Gordo every Thursday home game. Get your tickets now at Royals.com/theme tickets. It's a 7:15 game tomorrow night, and it will be Glenn Sparkman throwing for the Royals against former Royal Sam Gaviglio.
Yeah, let's get that section sold out for Alex. I talked to him today about that t-shirt. I said, Alex, that's a cool shot. He says, yeah, I robbed Joe Mauer on that catch. He remembers it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I said, that's a cool shirt, Alex. He goes, well, Hud, maybe you can get a seat in the section out there and sit out there. I said, well, I like the seat I have. Thank you. But maybe I can get a t-shirt.
Here is Richard Urania. He is their switch hitting second baseman, just 22 years of age, out of the Dominican Republic. They have a very strong minor league system, and Urania is part of their success story. Of course, if you follow baseball, you probably heard about the #1 prospect in the game, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and also Bo Bichette. Sons of big leaguers, Vladdy and Dante. Last time I checked, young Vlad Guerrero, I think he's 19 years old, was hitting 400 at AAA.
Yeah, it's amazing. Another great talent on the way for the Blue Jays.
That's a base hit down that right field line, much like the way the second inning started with a leadoff double.
Urania, he waited on this curve. Look at that. That started up above the belt, ended up just above the knees, but out over the middle of the plate. He knew on contact he was going to get him a double. First one.
Yeah, he's only been up 24 times this year, but now represents the tying run, so Lopez has to go to work on the veteran Curtis Granderson.
Grandy had a good at bat off him that first time up.
Goes after the first pitch, skies it in the air. Alex chases it and will get there in time, and there's no way they're going to test that right arm.
Grandy took 9 pitches to get him out last time. And Granderson swings at the first one here.
I thought it was kind of cool the way Alex held onto the baseball, almost daring Urania to go.
Yep, Urania, he's looking around. I said, you know, see him out there looking at the outfielders and trying to make a little mental note of where they are so he can get a better reaction on contact.
Grichuk popped to right his first time up. Strike one. Broken bat blooper into center field. Phillips, nope, won't get there. Here comes the throw to the plate. Got him.
Gibbons saying, hold on here. But Richard Urania, he got a good jump on that. He could tell it was going to be a jam shot, but Phillips hustled in. Thought he could believe it, he could catch it. Oh, and it looked like he might have gotten him before his foot got on the plate. And Phillips loving, if this holds, you can see his foot came up before it went across the plate. He loves plays like this, helping out his former teammate with the Brewers on a throw. Another good one. Woo. What a play.
What an arm. My oh my, a broken bat. He made a good pitch, looped it just in front, and like you said, Urania got a good jump. About 95% guys will score on a ball like that, but Probably 95% don't have Brett Phillips' arm.
No, you know what? That's second assist with the Royals, but you know he just played coming into this game 145 in the third innings in the outfield. Already has 7+7 defensive runs saved. I mean, that's a run saved right there. So he keeps going up.
And Lopez is used to that. He saw a lot of that at Colorado Springs and in Milwaukee when they played together.
I mean, that play is not made hardly at all. You don't see that play made.
Not on a flare.
No. That's a flare where the runner took off. A runner with good speed took off on contact. And that'll tell you Phillips's speed, how he accelerated to that ball and short hop picked it on the dead run. You have to pick it cleanly in order to make a throw. He picked it on the short hop and then got into that great throwing position that we've seen him do. Watch him in the straightaway up the top of your screen. Watch him coming hard. He's coming hard all the way. He thinks he can catch it. Now you got to pick it. He picks it. Do that long crow hop again. There it is. Accurate throw. I mean, couldn't have been any better. That's the only way you get him. That's a Gold Glove play or throw anyway.
Runner goes. So it'll go as a wild pitch because Grichuk broke when the ball was in the dirt. High fly ball to right. Bonifacio says he has it. He does. And good defense continues for the Royals, led by that man, Brett Phillips. Great throw to catch Urena at the plate. Of the Great Plains SPCA and its preceding organization for 8 years. In 2013, she founded its Young Professionals Board, a group of animal lovers between the ages of 20 through 40 who support Great Plains through planning fundraisers such as trivia nights, 12 bars of charity, and their annual pup crawl. Since it was founded, Tracy has helped the Great Plains SPCA Young Professionals Board raise over $50,000 for Kansas City's homeless pets. What a great demonstration of love. Thank you, Tracy. Here is Mondesi. Mondesi are Toyota League leaders because you take a look at the guys who have had 4 hits, 3 stolen bases at 23 years, 18 days old or younger. Ty Cobb at the very top of that list. My goodness, there are some talented names on it, and Mondesi did it last night.
Yep, a couple of Hall of Famers up there. You throw in Tim Raines.
Aparicio wasn't bad either. Or Jose Reyes. He was the last to do it. Last Royal to do it was Jose Offerman back in 1998. It's the shortstop Diaz to get there in time, and that's one out, and a lot of fly ball outs from Marco Estrada.
That's what happens when I mentioned earlier, when he's on his game, and after that first inning he seemed to have settled down. He's starting to get a lot of pop-ups.
He missed much of July because of a left glute strain, and when he came back, first start didn't go so well. Gave up 4 runs in 4 innings against Oakland, but then pitched maybe his best game of the year on August 4th. He beat Seattle when the Mariners were playing great baseball and held them to 1 hit, 1 run in 7 innings. Retired 19 of the first 20 batters he faced.
He's had some, issues this year. His back, you mentioned his hip, and then he got a blister when he was out on a rehab assignment in the minor leagues. Got a blister on his middle finger, and that slowed him down some.
Yeah, I have talked with so many pitchers who have developed blisters, and they insist it is this new baseball. The stitches on the baseball, uncomfortable. And when a player is so used to putting his fingers on a baseball, getting the same feel, you make just a simple change, and it can affect your fingers. You develop blisters. I mean, the Toronto Blue Jays know all about that with Aaron Sanchez.
Yeah, and when they go down to rehab in AAA, they take Major League Baseballs with them, and they've used those balls. Ooh, man.
Fastball inside corner.
Whitley rarely goes down looking. Fastball right there.
How about that little dog? Bring him to the ballpark, have dinner here. Do you know what a dog's favorite pizza is?
No.
Pepperoni.
Go, ball, go.
Pilar with the catch, and the Royals go quickly and quietly. That's what I'm talking about. Pepperoni pizza.
Okay, the Royals are partnering with their favorite NBA team for Oklahoma City Thunder Day on Sunday, August 26th. Purchase a theme ticket to receive an exclusive Thunder and KC branded cap so you can rep both teams in style. Visit Royals.com/tickets to purchase now.
Jorge Lopez begins his 4th inning of work. Ground ball. Escobar guns it, and it is incomplete. Duda was unable to dig it out of the dirt. 3rd straight inning that Toronto has had their leadoff man on.
Teoscar is going to get a base hit on that. Ball hugged the line. Got a good break out of there. Escobar had a little bit of a difficult time getting it out of his glove, but since it was ruled a hit, the airless streak is still intact.
And then Lopez comes too far inside and hits Russell Martin on the shoulder. So 2 on with nobody out here in the 4th inning with the Royals leading 2-1.
Man, that's a tough place to get hit there, boy. That's up around the noggin. He turned the right way, though. Whenever you see a ball coming at you, you just turn to the backstop. Better hitting in the back than anywhere else.
Another little flare into center field that will drop. Phillips will not have a chance at Teoscar Hernandez, who scores the tying run. Pilar just stays incredibly hot against Kansas City.
Sure does, and that's a good running heater inside off the plate. He jammed it, you know, able to keep his hands inside and barrel the ball out there to center and not break your bat. It's pretty good.
Our Kubota power stats. Well, Kevin Pilar has had his way with the Royals. 346 average since the beginning of the 15th season.
Yeah, I thought so. Every time we play these guys, he hurts them. If it's not with his bat, it's with his defense. Very good player.
Lopez still trying for his first out, and Diaz goes after a first pitch fastball that was up.
That's right.
Keep her down, maybe get 2 outs on 1 pitch.
He'd like that.
Diaz rips it to left. Martin will be held at third base, so the bases are loaded with nobody out.
Bow lottery replay. Looked like a little wrinkle, or maybe some kind of a off-speed pitch, maybe a slider that just stayed over the middle of the plate. It was down, and a nice job of hitting by Diaz. Looked like a slider that he only throws 7% of the time.
Strike 1. Luke Maile has been good in these situations. One of Toronto's best, hitting .313 with runners in scoring position this year. in there, and it's a 1-2 count. Still looking for his first strikeout as a Royal. The top half of inning number 4. The first 4 Jays have reached. Single, a hit batter, a single to drive in a run, a single by Diaz. The 1-2 outside. Urania on deck, who doubled his first time up. And he gets a swing and a miss on a good breaking ball that was down, and that is an important first out of this 4th inning.
That was much needed. Took advantage. You know, hitters that have the bases loaded, they want to swing the bat and knock them in. So took advantage of the aggressiveness.
He left a breaking ball up to Urania last time up, and he pulled it into the right field corner for a 2-base hit. Then he was thrown out at home plate, and a great throw by Brett Phillips from center field.
Let's show you the stat cast of the play by Phillips. Coming in hard, impressive. Tell you what, he went straight route to the ball. Arm strength 98. That's a good strong throw.
Foul back. Boy, he had a good rip on a fastball. Lopez with options on the 0-2 count.
He tried to put that breaking ball down. Get him to swing over the top of him.
He got him to pop up. Boy, that was a great location. Escobar near the stands makes the catch. That was perfect location where Salvi wanted it.
Yeah, it was. Change up. Pull the string. That's exactly where you want it.
Lopez can get out of this mess. Boy, he'll feel pretty good facing the veteran Granderson.
Get a little momentum back on the Royal side.
Curtis, 10 years of 20 or more home runs. He's belted 10 this year. Two and 0. He had jumped in front of both Maley and Urania. Was able to get them on a strikeout and pop up. High fly ball to right. Bonifacio back, and it's a grand slam.
Mm. 11th homer on the year for Granderson. He got out of that. Four-seamer, veteran player, got a ball up, belt high. 10th career grand slam by the veteran.
So 5 runs in the inning. Now Grichuk up.
Statcast to show you Launch angle 39 degrees. Hit it high and far enough. Next to below 100. Got a good piece of it.
Absolutely no wind tonight. See Grichuk take his right hand and just pound his right leg. What's that all about, Hud?
Yeah, that's just a reminder. Keep your weight back.
Well, he keeps his weight back but swings and misses, but the damage has been done as Granderson hits a grand slam. The Blue Jays lead by 4. Is brought to you by Dodge. Join the Brotherhood of Muscle at the Dodge Summer Clearance Event and get a great deal. And by Jack in the Box. Try something different like Jack's Teriyaki Bowls, only at Jack in the Box for a limited time. Nothing like that. Being at the ballpark, having your tummy scratched. For Jorge Lopez, he wants to forget about the 4th inning, and hopefully the Royals will be able to come back. Plenty of time in this one. It will be Perez who got to Estrada in the 1st inning with a lightning bolt of a home run. Jumped out of the ballpark into left center field. And he hammers another one. And that's a gun. Man.
Second home run and just the second Royals hit on the exact same pitch. I mean, identical. Salvador Perez hits his 20th and 21st in consecutive at-bats. Too bad there wasn't anybody on.
That's his 5th career multi-home run game, number 21 this year. He had a career high 27 last year. Now Duda fouls it out of play.
See, Estrada wants to get that fastball in there if he can to set up the changeup. Although when you throw a changeup 36% of the time, you're not afraid to throw it anytime. But Salvi picked out 2 identical fastballs at 88. Might as well not take batting practice tomorrow night either.
I guess so. Estrada has now given up 20 home runs this year, and 13 have been to right-handed batters. Duda, center field, Pilar, 1 out. Herrera grounded out sharply to first his first time up, and he takes a first pitch high ball 1. Roussel came up as a middle infielder, mainly a shortstop, but played a lot of second base, and we were having this discussion the other day. He's 6 feet 4 inches tall. You don't see that many tall second basemen. And there's a ball struck foul. You see a lot of tall shortstops, whether it was the Rockies' Tulowitzki or Cal Ripken Jr. And I was asking individuals about tall second basemen, and when Roussel came over, we were discussing, and I said, have you ever heard of a tall second baseman? And he immediately said, DJ LeMahieu. I played behind him at Colorado.
Yeah, and you know, the hardest part about being that tall at second base is the play to your left towards the first baseman on a double play attempt, and you got to turn your body and throw to second base. And I watched him during infield practice today. One of the reasons why they're so good, the Royals, is they work on it before their game, and he was flawless. He's able to bend his knees and get down low and turn it just like a 5'11", 6-foot second baseman. Impressive.
He came up in that Rockies organization, and of course they had LeMahieu, Tulowitzki, and Arenado, and then Trevor Story in front of him. It was really difficult to get to the big leagues, and then sent to Cincinnati. The Reds had a full outfield, infield, and when he was released, the Royals had been very interested for a couple of years, and they immediately grabbed him, and he made it to us in late June. Martin has room and makes the catch for out number 2.
Martin played a nice third base, and he's excited about the opportunity. He doesn't have to squat behind the plate. He's showing his skills. Made some nice plays so far in the series.
First pitch breaking ball.
So far, Salvador Perez has been the only Royal to be able to solve Estrada. He's getting a lot of pop-ups, getting his changeup working.
Royals have only 2 hits, both of them home runs by Perez. And again, got Bonifacio off balance, and he skies it to left field, where Hernandez makes the catch, but Salvador Perez, the second home run of the night, cuts the lead 6-3. Urania hits Ronald Acuna of the Atlanta Braves, who has had a remarkable week, and there's no reason for that. They hurt Acuna, both benches empty. Urania is thrown out of the game.
Yeah, 97, really. I mean, the kid's doing his job. If you don't like where you're throwing the pitches, then pitch better. He's only doing his job. He's been hot. You know what? Braves, if I was the Atlanta Braves, I'd be a little bit hot.
Yeah, Atlanta came in with just a 2-game lead on the Philadelphia Phillies tonight. Ball hit to right field. Bonifacio went back 2 steps, now comes in about 10 and makes the catch. Let's check in with Joel.
Well, a little bit more around baseball, specifically in the division. Our University of Kansas Health System injury report, Trevor Bauer, and then out of the division, we know how good both of these guys are. James Paxton, both playoff contending teams. The Indians are going to the playoffs. We know that, and more on Bauer. This guy is 3rd in the American League in ERA. He's 1st in innings pitched, 1st in home run rate, 4th in strikeout rate, 2nd in strikeouts. No timetable on Trevor Bauer as he took a shot off of his ankle against Jose Abreu over the weekend. Initial x-rays didn't show anything, got the MRI, and it did, so some concern in Cleveland going forward.
Cleveland does lead Cincinnati tonight 4-3 in the 7th inning. And Paxton's ball club, my goodness, what a win they had today. Seattle's been struggling. Oakland's been on fire. And D. Gordon hit a home run in the 12th inning to beat the A's 2-0.
Yeah, it's going to be a great race. Astros, man, lost 5 in a row. It's you know, like it. Some action going on.
Yeah, Houston's winning big tonight over Colorado. Bert Smith starting to warm in the KC pen. Lopez had 74 pitches, and Ned Yost told us that he would have him throw between 75 and 85 because he was coming out of the bullpen for Milwaukee, and the Royals moved him from the bullpen to the starting rotation, made 2 starts for Omaha. In there, little off speed that just did clip the inside corner, and that is strikeout number 3.
Hernandez, he didn't want to go, but he's got to go right here. And that, you know, that's a strong point for him. Hernandez, you know, coming in, he had a slugging percentage of .718 on inside pitches this year, and in this series, the Royals have pounded him in, challenged him in there, and it's worked.
First pitch breaking ball to Russell Martin for strike 1. Lopez almost got out of that 4th inning. He had the bases loaded, nobody out, struck out Melee, and then got Urania on a pop-up. But a 2-0 pitch that caught way too much of the plate, and Granderson took him out for a grand slam.
It was elevated.
Three and 1. Here's the Grandy man.
Could be a contending team and you could pick Granderson up.
First walk issued by Lopez. He had 1-1-2-3 inning. That was the first. Cal talking with Ned Yost probably about the number of pitches that he's thrown. As Ned said to us, between 75 and 85, and I know Cal would like to get him through 5 innings. Maybe have Bert Smith have a clean frame. Pilar with 4 hits in this series, including the game-winning home run last night.
I like Lopez's stuff. I like his delivery. His tempo looked good. Just a little bit careless with location and the wrong time. Stuff looks good. At four-seamer, he has some good life to it.
Back even at 2-2.
Ooh. Hit that on your hands at 86.
That just kept on boring back in on his hands.
Sure did. Oh man. Well, you know what? He's getting some good hits. They're going to try to knock him off the plate. There's nothing wrong with that, but he didn't have to swing at it.
Try to clip that outside corner. Now the runner will be moving from first base. Check swing. He did not go.
Wow.
Back-to-back walks.
Good pitch.
And here comes Ned.
Yep. That was it. Didn't get the call.
So Jorge Lopez in his Royals debut goes 4 2/3 innings, gives up 6. Bert Smith, who is tonight's scheduled starter, will take over. He is our Chevy call to the bullpen. If he gets out of that inning, my goodness, might still be out there.
Yeah, keeping his team in the game. It'll be interesting to hear what he has to say on Boulevard Royals Live post game after the show. After the game here. Let's see.
So Bert Smith, who last pitched August 10th at a start against St. Louis, allowing 5 runs on 6 hits with a walk and 2 strikeouts in an inning and 2/3, comes in and throws fastball, strike one.
Yep, Bert Smith. Good hard fastball, mid-90s, overhand curve and change. 3 solid pitches. Just same thing, being able to locate. Keeping it out of the middle.
Salvi wants it, takes it, and tosses him out. That does it for the Blue Jays. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Royals trail by 3. Kansas City Honda dealers will make a $1,000 donation to the Kansas City Major League Baseball Urban Youth Academy. Phillips popped up his first time up. Once again gets a first pitch changeup that he swings and misses on.
And he was setting on the 88 fastball. Haven't been able to do much. Hardly at all.
Hernandez runs it down in the corner for the first out.
He got some time left, but Estrada, he's got it going his way.
Allowed only 2 hits, both of them home runs by Salvador Perez. Escobar flied out to right field his first time up. Estrada had back-to-back really good years in 15 and 16. Had a 3.3 ERA, and opponents only batted .203. But ever since, as you get older, lose a little bit off of your fastball, so the separation between fastball and change isn't as much. And his ERA the last 2 years since the beginning of 17 season, 4.93 and a .256 batting average against.
Boy, he really hides his face in that glove, doesn't he?
Almost like Roger Clemens used to. Andy Pettit.
Yeah, a lot of them do. I've had a couple of those guys tell me that it helps with their focus. Helps them, visualizing their target.
Yeah, Pettit used to pull that cap down really tight.
Yep.
And that glove really peeking over it.
And they don't want the hitter looking at their eyes. A couple of different strategies behind that.
Estrada has the Royals off balance with the exception of one man, Perez. Ten fly ball outs. Only one ground out, and that came in the first inning. Mondesi had a good pitch to hit. Cut her up about 82 miles an hour.
Yep, they're getting the back underside of that ball a little bit too much.
One of the really impressive things that Mondesi had last night, in the 4 hits, 2 of them were with 2 strikes.
Yeah, you know, when you have success like that, I mean, your confidence just starts climbing and climbing. Now you believe you can. Instead of, I hope.
3 up, 3 down. We head to the 6th inning of play. Blue Jays by 3. To show off at Kauffman Stadium. Join us for the 9th annual Classic Car Show on Sunday, August 26th. Registration includes 2 game tickets, a commemorative T-shirt, and dash plaque, along with entry into the competition. Winners will have an opportunity to drive their car inside the stadium prior to the game. For more information and to register online, visit royals.com/carshow. Bert Smith's first clean inning as far as starting it. He finished off the 5th inning for Jorge Lopez, who made his Royals debut, and Smith got that final out. Facing Luke Maile. I want to get your thoughts, Hud, on Smith going back to the bullpen.
Well, I think it's a good move. He's got some experience this year, first starting in the bullpen and then getting a job as a starter, and he's shown some really good skills. He's got a good fastball. It's a plus fastball at times. Look at Phillips. Right, he got it. Really makes some good reads out there. Phillips judges the ball and then swings to the bat. Well, of course, when you have that kind of speed, it makes up for any kind of mistake, but I don't see hardly any. He's coming in right away on contact. But, you know, it's 6'4", 220. Bert Smith has a big physical body. He has the pitches to be a starter, but just going to have to continue to be consistent and stay out of the middle of the strike zone and you know, not get hit. He's going to have to continue to work on his changeup to develop. But going back to the pin, I'm sure he gained some confidence in his change, because you got to have 3 pitches to be a starter, and have those 3 pitches at your disposal when you're in the bullpen. That's a good thing. It's a lot like Jason Adam with his 3 pitches.
And I wonder if it will help Birch going to the rotation, building up that arm strength to help him in the bullpen.
Yep. I'm sure it's been a good overall experience, but he wants to start. I'm sure he'd tell you that.
And as we all know, it's a performance game.
Aren't we in the show me state?
Yep. Urania takes it low, and while we watch him walk to first base, let's go to Joel.
Well, didn't love seeing Curtis Granderson hit that grand slam, but he does have a big fan on the Royals side. That would be his former Mets teammate, Lucas Duda. They both are huge fans of each other. Granderson said that he first met Lucas in New York, and he said, man, this guy is so quiet, but then I watch him taking BP, and he is crushing it. Always working, always ready, never got too excited about anything. And when talking to Lucas, he said a lot of the same things about Granderson. He said, always the same guy every single day. And, you know, Granderson telling me that because they were both lefties and one was in right field right behind the other at first base, they talked to each other all the time. They were locker mates. And then Granderson said, look, I'd mess with him and try to loosen him up because he's so quiet, because we are at our best. Hud knows this. We are at our best when we have fun. Duda summed up Granderson this way. He said he is as good as it gets as a player and a person. That is a special human being.
You know, he is. I mean, he hails from Chicago, Illinois, and I remember the story I heard about his principal of the school writing a letter to one of his coaches in the minor leagues, and the coach said, I can't believe I got a letter from a ball player's principal about what an outstanding gentleman Curtis Granderson was.
Yep, getting to know Lucas Duda ourselves a little bit. He has done nothing but up his stock with the Royals. Quality human being. You know, both of them. And, you know, Granderson, he's a lot more outspoken than Lucas, and he'll be able to write his ticket when he's done whatever he wants to do. He's all over the baseball tonight.
His second hit.
Yeah, he had a great first at bat. He lined out to the right fielder, Bonifacio. His first time up, 9 pitches. Then he hit the grand slam, and now he picks on the changeup. Stayed with it, and very handsy hit.
Got away, tried to throw his curveball, and Grichuk glad to get out of the way as one came up at his head. Urania is going to tag Phillips with the catch. He'll bring it to second base to keep that double play in order. Well, now it's 2 outs. I beg your pardon. So Smoke, the batter, has been the one guy they have been able to keep quiet, as Toronto has 6 runs on 9 hits, and Smoke is 0 for 3. Granderson with a couple of hits, Grichuk with 1, Hernandez with 2, Martin's been on twice, Pilar 3 times, Diaz once, Urania twice. The American League has seen their share of power hitting switch hitters lately. Jose Ramirez, since the start of 2017, has the most home runs by a switch hitter with 65. Then his teammate Lindor with 62. And in third place is Smoke with 56. And he will take ball 4, and the bases are loaded for the Blue Jays.
.30 walks, excuse me, that's coming in for Burch Smith, and just not being able to find the zone at times has been one of his issues too. So but he's got to load it up, want to keep it close here. They're still in this game, plenty of time left here. Execute a pitch.
Teoscar Hernandez takes it on the outside corner for strike 1.
There you go. It's a good spot there. Keep it there.
Oh, 0-2.
First one on the outside part of the plate. This one was off and up. That's it. That's what we want to execute.
Shelby wants it up again. No bite.
Smith, he kind of pushes through the ball a little bit. He kind of has a little pushing delivery, and in this ballpark it fits pretty well, especially if you can stay in middle of the field here, as big as it is. Cal Eldred likes him to pitch up, get some pop-ups.
They stay upstairs and get the swing and miss. And Toronto leaves the bases loaded.
Okay, take care of it yourself.
Blue Jays lead the Royals 6-3. The 6th inning, of course, is our Sonic Slam inning. Our contestant is Joyce Ross from KC Mo. If the Royals hit a home run out of the park in this inning, Joyce will win $1,300. And if the Royals hit a grand slam out of the park in this inning, Joyce will win $25,000 from Sonic, and the Royals will have a lead. Strike in there. Time now for tonight's Sprint trivia question. Name the last 4 Royals with back-to-back 30 stolen base seasons. How about Johnny Damon?
Look at Whitley. Says, you know what?
Good one. Beauty. That's a knock.
You're going to play me back like that. I'll just do it. And I'm not going to bluff. Well, that's textbook. Russell Martin, you know, he's a good third baseman, but a catcher is not really that quick on his feet. And Whitley said, I'm going to try it. It's called a good old-fashioned drag bunt and a pocket ball. Put it in your pocket.
It's a good start. The Royals have their third hit of the game against Estrada, and this is usually the time where he begins to struggle. Third time through the order. And Gordon tries to bunt because Martin was pulled way over. Unfortunately, he bunts it foul. First and second time, 230 average with 218 first time, 242, and then up 102 points.
Yeah, this is what you want to do, capitalize on him. And you know, this is a good idea. I mean, it's obviously third time through the order. Royals haven't had any success hardly ever, except for Salvador. And a changeup's an easy pitch to bunt.
Directly at the center fielder, Pilar, and Witt back to first base. Well, a Miller moment. How about Salvador Perez? I mean, just like we promised, it's the Miller hold true moment.
And Salvi not messing around. Hit his 20th home run, and then he did it again. Next time up, 21st homer. Fantastic stroke. Fans coming to life a little bit here now to see if he can do it for a third time.
That would be way cool.
Throw him a little breaking ball here, probably. He's not going to get a 88-mile-an-hour fastball again, I don't think.
Starts him off with a hook. Fouled off. And I would imagine Estrada's going to be really difficult to steal on because he basically just picks up his foot and puts it back down. He's quick home.
Yeah, and I don't think in this situation is a good time to go. When you're down by 3 and you got your power hitters coming up, just stay home. Don't want to get thrown out.
1-2.
Okay, he went back to that spot. That's the exact same spot and almost the identical pitch velocity that he hit the 2 homers on. Tells you Estrada, he's not afraid. He just says go right back in there and said, here, do it again. Change up coming.
Salvi tries to dump it to center. It'll drop. And Whit Merrifield goes to second base, and the Royals will have the tying run coming to the plate in Lucas Duda.
Change up, and then, you know, look where this ball is. It's going to bounce on the ground. Salvi reaches out. Now I call that a booty knock. That's right. Your backside falls out all the way. You reach out, and you're able to keep that head right down on the ball and guide it up the middle. Big hit gets them right back in the game. Right where they want to be.
Martin made a great effort, but it's just beyond his reach.
Ooh, man, right there near that corner, that dugout suite. That's a tough spot right there. Gave it all he had. Good effort. That hurt too.
That's where Mike Moustakas made that terrific catch in the World Series. Always remember that. Duda down in the count, 0-1.
Time to put a liner out there somewhere.
Well, he has 10 home runs this year, all 10 off starting pitchers. Back up the middle, but right at the shortstop, and Diaz will get the double play. runs in this ball game. 2-run shot in the first. But Granderson with the bases full and a tie game. And that right now is the difference in the ball game. Selby got one more. That's where we currently are, 6-3. It's time for the wave.
A bark at the park night.
Man, it's great. Nothing like a dog. You and I have dogs who are siblings.
Yep. Dogs in the dog days. These are what they call the dog days of August.
Brett's going to have to play that on a hop. Base hit for Russell Martin. Well, Fox Sports Kansas City, KZJF-FM, and Mediacom are bringing Columbia and Jefferson City's best fans to the K on the Raised Royal Fan Express on August 25th. For more information, go to theroyals.com/fanexpress. Look at that guy. So loyal. Pilar's been on base all 3 times, a pair of singles, a pair of RBIs, a run scored, also has walked. Foul back.
Showed you the numbers against the Royals. He's all over. He's all over that fastball there too.
He had a pretty good rip and a 93-mile-an-hour fastball up. Just about everything they're throwing, Pilar, has been up.
Yeah, you know, that's a very short, compact swing. Can generate a lot of power with that swing. Showed it last night off Blaine Boyer. 0-2, got him a breaking ball in the inner half, shot it out of the yard.
And then he went off speed. Came way in on Pilar, who knocked it foul. Perfectly located changeup, and that is a called strike 3. Let's go to Joel.
Well, Fizz, let's continue our minor league spotlight. The other day we were telling you about a St. John's product, Frank Schwindel. Well, Scott Blewett turned down an offer to go to St. John's because he wanted to sign with the Royals. Second-round draft pick in 2014 after being the New York Gatorade Player of the Year coming out of high school out east. Named the Texas League Pitcher of the Week, and putting up some good numbers is the 6'6" righty.
Escobar gets the force at second base, Joel.
Yeah, went 9 innings too. Look at that. Yeah. You only 3 strikeouts tells me pitching to contact.
And because Joel mentioned Frank Schwindel, Frank tonight went 2 for 3 with an RBI, and they're still playing. Omaha leading Oklahoma City 3-1 in the bottom of the 8th. All of a sudden, the Royals getting some really good pitching from their minor leaguers. Arnaldo Hernandez was called up from AA. 8 innings, 1 run allowed. That is great work. No walks, 5 strikeouts.
I'm sure we'll see a few here in another couple weeks.
Yep. September call-ups. Maley, the only Blue Jay yet to reach. He is 0 for 3 with the line out his last time up, where Phillips made that tumbling catch. Foul back. Playable for Bonifacio. He makes the catch, and Smith with a much cleaner 7th inning. Royals need 3 to tie. Pizza Ranch for the win. Marco Estrada has held the Royals to 3 runs tonight, really working that curve and changeup well.
I'll say he's done an excellent job. Now just 3 strikeouts, but look, he's made it work. A lot of pop-ups, and that's what, when he's on his game, he's giving up pop-ups and fly balls. He's only given up 4 hits.
Rosell Herrera. First pitch changeup.
Rosell, Mondesi, Phillips, a lot of the guys were out practicing their bunting today before the game. Working on getting on base. That's what they need. Get a couple of guys on and get a big hit. And they have the machine out there, and the machine's set up on, you know, pitches about 88 to 90. I mean, he's really coming in there. They did a nice job.
Tepera warming in the Blue Jays bullpen. Plenty of room for Kevin Pillar, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Royals have one more with the Blue Jays tomorrow night at 7:15, and that's our Gordo Nation game. 7:15, Glenn Sparkman throwing for the Royals against Sam Gaviglio. Bonifacio 0 for 2 with a pop-up and fly-out. Strada's changeup tonight has been very good.
Yeah, and outside of a couple of mislocated fastballs, that's been a good effective setup pitch for that changeup for Estrada.
When you have that kind of command with the off-speed pitch, choking it back in your hand, that is really remarkable.
Yep. Years of experience, closing in on 10 years. He's been doing it.
Lars Steele going back and is there to run it down. So 2 outs now in the 7th inning.
Enjoy $10 tickets with Price Chopper Ballpark deals. Available now exclusively through the Ballpark app. Get a $10 ticket for the Sunday, August 26th game versus the Indians. For more information, visit Royals.com/ballparkdeal. Isn't that dog beautiful?
Now that's royalty. And she knows it too.
Yep.
Very confident look.
No doubt. Great posture.
Exactly. Strike 1 to Phillips. A shot in the alley, right center field.
3 bags.
He's going for it. There's a triple.
All right. There's a changeup he picked out. And that's the kind of hitter Phillips wants to be, especially in this ballpark. Doubles, triples type of hitter. He waited on a changeup. Look at him run those bases, man. He's really all over. That is a clean sprint around the bases. Second one on the season.
And with Phillips' triple, the Kansas City Honda dealers will donate $1,000 to Kansas City's Urban Youth Academy. Great program. Now get him home. Ball 1 to Escobar. Came inside an Esky, and he's going to drop one to left, and that will get Phillips home. 6-4.
Hey, there's a 2-out RBI. Yep. Hit him where they ain't. That jammed him. The fastball right about 89 miles an hour. Four-seamer tried to jam him, and it did. Just enough. And I think manager John Gibbons has seen enough. He's going to come out, get him, bring in his bullpen.
John's got that slow walk. Ryan Tepera coming out of the bullpen. Chevy call to the pen. In this inning with 2 outs, Brett Phillips with the triple.
Check him out. He's gliding around them bases. Escobar says, you know what? I got time for a ribby. His 25th on the season.
And now Mondesi represents the tying run. He has gone deep 4 times this year, and he doesn't have to face that changeup from the starting pitcher, although he goes after a sinker, and coming up with it is Urania, and he gloves it over to first base for the final out. So that will do it. Royals come up with 1.
Game here, Royals still behind. Joel Goldberg, Royals Hall of Famer Jeff Montgomery. How about some first impressions of Jorge Lopez?
Well, his stuff was good. Very impressed with his stuff. However, the location to command was not there tonight. Not overpowering type stuff, but I think he's got the type stuff. He hits his spots. He's going to be effective. And nice job in relief. 2+ innings from Bert Schmidt.
All right, and we will also talk about Salvador Perez's big night, Brett Phillips, and much more coming up on Boulevard Royals Live. Fizz?
Thank you very much, Joel and Monty, and the Blue Jays with a 6-4 lead, but Phillips with that great speed was able to get to third base and have Escobar knock him home. And we've got to tell you about refreshing saves from Price Chopper and Aquafina. Sign up at mypricechopper.com/saves to save on Aquafina when the Royals get a save. Tim Hill out of the bullpen, 5.03 ERA. 33 strikeouts, only 12 walks in 34 innings.
Yep, done a nice job too. Heck, he's a ground ball specialist. Sinker, slider, change.
Facing
Right down
Richard Urania.
Good spot. That's where he wants to be. He's tied for one of the top spots for American League relievers with a 62.6 ground ball rate. So he's getting the job done on the ground. Deceptive arm angle.
He is the switch hitter first, then the left-hander Granderson, and back to the right side. Little tapper that Hill's going to field. And he guns it over there in time.
Oh man, nice play. He liked it. Got a smile on his face. He was tested.
Kendrys Morales will pinch hit for Curtis Granderson, even though Granderson hit the grand slam. Here's our Dodge drive of the game.
Yeah, that ball was elevated on a tee. Just an easy swing. Got up underneath it. Launch angle just about almost 40.
The game had been tied at 2 before that bell. Chopper of the middle cut off by Mondesi. Easy play, and there's 2 out.
2 ground ball outs. What new? That'll add to that 62.6 ground ball rate.
Now Grichuk. He's 1 for 4. Hey, Hud, I wanted to get your thoughts on the Royals trading Terrence Gore to the Chicago Cubs today for cash considerations.
Good for both. It's an excellent move for Terrence Gore, who really had no opportunity to play in this very talented young athletic outfield here in Kansas City. But the Cubs, they get an opportunity to have a guy that can help them in postseason, like he did with the Royals. A stolen base threat late in games. I think it's a good matchup. Good for Terrence to get an opportunity with another organization.
Yeah, he had one of the most interesting stats in Major League Baseball. 21 stolen bases, no hits. Terrence Gore. Salvador Perez, 2 home runs in this game. He'll be hitting 3rd. bullpen has had a lot of success against the Royals this year. 1.4 ERA. Well, we just jinxed him by throwing that up there.
That's right. Well, Tepera, he's John Gibbons' setup man. 6'2", 200, 30 years old.
We asked that trivia question earlier with Whit Merrifield, a guy who led the American League in stolen bases last year. Name the last 4 Royals with back-to-back 30 stolen base seasons.
So we had a few innings here to kind of put some names down.
Okay.
Tell them who we come up with, Fizz.
Well, you know, one guy we really need to mention is Gerard Dyson.
Well, I think he did that. He had some really good years.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
And they say yes.
Here's one. Now it's the last 4. Okay, last 4. Would Willie Wilson be in there?
Well, this is just conversation. You said last 4.
Okay.
I mean, there were guys after.
Who was after that? Carlos Beltran.
Beltran.
How about Beltran?
Tommy Goodwin.
Okay. Beltran.
Beltran.
Yeah. Ding, 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 ding. We need 2 more.
Johnny Damon. That's 3.
Ding, 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 ding.
Would Bo Jackson be in that mix?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
We don't have a strike yet. I'll bet Freddie Patek did it, but there's been some before him. So somebody after Willie Wilson did it.
I'm just thinking that, you know, we know Willie and all the stolen bases that he had. There's a line out by Whit.
Too bad.
Rats.
Yep, good stroke. How about Tom Goodwin?
You got it.
Okay.
Fresno State Bulldogs.
That's right. He can really run. Ding, 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 ding. What do we got?
Go.
We got one more?
No, you got them all.
We got them?
Yeah.
Okay. I liked our chances tonight.
You're a speed guy. You follow speed guys.
It's a Bulldog.
What was your top stolen base season?
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
Who cares, really? I think it was 28, 29, maybe. I can't remember. It wasn't that good. I was part-time, though.
It was very good.
Is that 29 more than you had?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite.
Those guys stole a lot of bases.
Oh, my. Back in the day, I mean, when everybody ran, you know, when Luis Aparicio, Maury Will stole over 100, Lou Brock over 100, then Ricky Henderson completely changed the game. He would dare you.
Oh, Vince Coleman. Yep.
I remember the story that you told out in Oakland when we were visiting with Ricky Henderson, and he said, what was it, when he was in a slump, he'd say, if you throw me one right down the middle, I won't steal on you.
Yeah, that was a story that he was telling to one of the catchers. It's got to come back to me.
And then throw one right down the middle and let him hit it.
Oh, I believe it was Rick Dempsey was the catcher, and Dempsey said, I can't throw you out, man.
Then throw it down the middle.
Then give me a pitch to hit and I won't run. You know, so he tried to part. You know, Joel interviewed Ricky Henderson.
That's right.
He might be able to tell that story better.
Joel, come on.
It was a Sunday afternoon, a good 15-minute conversation with Ricky, and he said the deal that he would make with catchers was this: when I was in a slump, I would tell them if they would give me a pitch to hit, I would not steal on them. But if they walked me, I was running all day long, and he said that usually worked.
The characters of the game. Well, Alex Gordon works the walk, and that will bring the tying run to the plate in the man who already has 2 home runs tonight.
Tepera, he likes his fastball. It's low to mid-90s, very aggressive with it. Slider, curve. See how we can get a hold of another fastball. Have a night. It was Mondesi last night that was 4 for 4. Maybe Salvi can.
Exactly. I was thinking the same thing.
Repeat the feat.
Home run in the first. Home run in the fourth. Single in the sixth. His 4th straight 20-homer season. Mayberry was the first to do it, then Valboni, then Bo Jackson, and then Mike Sweeney, and now Salvador Perez. Ball 1.
A little too close to the hands there.
They came inside on home run number 2, and he kept his hands inside, and man, somehow got the sweet part of the bat on that baseball and hit it into the Toronto bullpen. Santos beginning to warm for Toronto.
That fastball was at 88. This is 95. You're gonna have to tune it up a little bit sharper to get that one, or this one here. Yeah, he beat him.
Salvi furious with himself and popping that pitch up. Fans, you can celebrate 50 seasons of Royals baseball at the Royals Charities 5K Retro Run Walk this Saturday. Run on the field at the K, plus get a retro t-shirt and a free ticket to the game. Sign up at royals.com/run, presented by Fox Sports Kansas City and Price Chopper. You saw the picture there, and what they're saying is it's a retro run, so you can wear the outfit from your favorite decade. If you love the hippies from the 60s, you can go in that style, or the disco era of the 70s. That was your era, Hud.
That's right.
Big old bell bottoms, striped pants, and
you know,
your shirt unbuttoned to your belly button.
When were the
big medallion?
Well, when were the pleats in?
They go in and out.
Okay.
I got about 10 of them in my closet. My wife wants to throw them out, and I say, no, that'll come back. Eventually, everything comes back.
How about a comeback by the Royals? A little 2-run shot right here. Give Mauer a chance to hold him. See if Duda can do it. Tepera, good hard fastball. Excuse me, that's Hamill out there.
A line out by Merrifield, a walk to Gordon, pop up by Perez. Fouled off.
It's one he wanted. Although that ball was a changeup at 88. Tepera, that's fastball. He's mid-90s.
His old teammate got one earlier tonight. Maybe Granderson can watch his old buddy hit one out. Lucas Duda. Pop foul. 1-2. Big man out of USC. Swung on and missed. Down go the Royals. We head to the 9th inning of play. Toronto leads it 6-4. That is our Pepsi fan of the game, and that is not a dog you want to hit and run with. You let him swing away. He looks like he's got power.
He's got all kinds of power, especially with that nice royal scarf. Arf.
Jason Hamill is the new pitcher for Kansas City. He moved from the rotation to the bullpen. Opponent's hitting .316 off of Jason.
Hamill, he's got a 4-pitch mix. Fastball, low 90s, slider, curve, change.
Smoke, Hernandez, and Martin hitters 3, 4, and 5 in inning number 9.
His job is just to hold him, see if the Royals can mount a rally in the 9th.
Royals will have Herrera, Bonifacio, and Phillips to start things in that 9th. Likely flip facing Ken Giles. Got him to pop up left side, long run for Escobar. Salvi's over there as well and makes a nice play. So he had a long way to go.
MLB.TV is now available at a lower price for $49.99. Watch every out-of-market regular season game, plus get a free subscription to MLB At Bat Premium. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV to take advantage of this special offer. Yeah, with Escobar playing, you know, to pull way over. That was a good running catch by Salvador Perez, showing his athleticism once again. But that play the other night when he, against the Cardinals, when he jumped over Yadier and got his right hand and slapped it on the plate.
Yeah.
Shows how agile and athletic Salvi really is.
He said he was a shortstop until age 14. Didn't become a catcher until after that. Played on a club team with Jose Altuve, Houston Astros second baseman and American League MVP. Two and two. Hernandez has been on twice, a double, single, 2 runs scored. And then he blows him away with the fastball up. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Kansas City Royals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Kansas City Royals Baseball Club.
He's got the full outfit on.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he's got a nice Royals jersey.
Will Tucker be the first one to greet you when you come home tonight?
Yes, always is.
Always.
Yep, they're great. Extremely loyal.
Same with Luca for me. Challenger with the fastball on a 3-1 count. Full count now 3-2.
Okay, now Martin saying, all right, he's going to bring it right back to me again. He almost out pitches his slider. So we're getting Hamill to shake his head, try to throw some deception to Russell Martin.
Martin skies one to left. Alex chasing it into the corner, but it is a foul ball.
Oh, man, that fan, she was camped right under it. Way to go, Mom.
And the kids want it now.
That's awesome.
She said, let me see it first.
She said, I'll make that play. Way to go.
I think she wanted him to say please. Please and thank you. Magic words. Russell Martin with a pop-up to left, and it's Gordon taking over to make the catch, and that will do it. Our do-ups: Rosell Herrera, Jorge Bonifacio, Brett Phillips. to you by Ford. Going further so you can. Second Bark at the Park night. A lot of local canines from the Missouri and Kansas side. And now Ken Giles comes out of the bullpen for Toronto. Giles has become their closer since they traded Roberto Osuna to Houston for Giles. And he got the save last night.
Right. And they saw him fastball slider, 2 pitches, fastballs mid to upper 90s. A couple different breaks to his slider. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Last night he faced Alex Gordon, struck him out, then struck out Perez and got Bonifacio on a fly out. So now Ryan O'Hearn will pinch hit for the Royals. Bonifacio. And in the victory that the Royals had in game 1, 3-1, Ryan O'Hearn drove in all 3 runs. First time in Royals history a rookie drove in all of the team's runs, minimum of 3, to give the Royals rookie pitcher the win. Of course, that rookie pitcher who would get the job done is Brad Keller. He hit an opposite field home run.
It was beautiful too. Great head position, kept his head down. And ball shot out there on the line. First big league opportunity to pinch hit. Quickly down 0-2.
O'Hearn with a drive. And man, oh man, did he get into that one. And pulls the Royals to within 1.
Pinch hit home run. Wow, that's impressive. Especially down 0-2. That is nice. That was a shot that woke a lot of the fans up here. Beautifully done. That's a slider that just kind of spun. He took advantage of it. Got the back underside. That ball was shot out of here in a heartbeat. You start hitting home runs off the bench like that, your stock rises. All right, now to just 1.
Same score as last night, 6-5. Giles breezed through the Royals, but tonight a ground out, then the home run. Phillips tripled his last time up.
Woke up the fans here.
Strike, 1-1. Giles was the closer for Houston in their championship year last year, saving 34. 1-2. Didn't miss by much at 97 miles an hour.
Stayed off of it. Look for that little spinner. One that doesn't break a whole lot. Oh.
High pop-up, foul territory. Smoke for the second out.
Good swing. Almost got it. That was a spinner right there. Almost the same location.
Ooh, man, you're right.
Yeah, he just missed that. He knows it.
Now Escobar. Escobar singled his last time up, knocked in Phillips, who had tripled with 2 outs. Oh, and 2. Escobar goes down swinging, and the Royals lose Game 3 by a final score of 6-5. Pilar has been a major problem, and Granderson with the grand slam, the big hit of the night. We'll be back to talk about it right after this.